my channel. So in today's video, I'm vlogging once again. Actually, I haven't vlogged in quite a while. I am here at South Texas Comic Con. This is my second time coming, and I'm really excited. Gonna be vlogging. I'm here today and tomorrow, and I'm here with my uncle. He came with me last year. He's got his Avengers shirt on, Endgame. Saw that the other night. Won't say anything about that right now, though. And yeah, I also have a mask, which you'll be seeing in pictures later, which is why I'm not wearing as much makeup as usual. I know if you watch my videos, you're like, where's all your makeup? It looks like there's a super insane line to get in, so we're trying to find some parking, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on. So, I just got out of the convention. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't get to vlog that much, because, you know, it's kind of hard at these things. Like, if anybody's ever actually tried vlogging at, like, a really public event, it can be really difficult. But I did get some pictures, I think I got one video, maybe? Might have, not sure. But yeah, I'm going to kind of do what I did with Alamo City Comic Con a few months ago, and probably not today, but maybe tomorrow, or if not the day after tomorrow, which would be the day, like tomorrow's the convention, so the day after that, I will probably kind of give my like general thoughts about the convention, show you what kind of stuff I got there, talk about the panels, all of that. So expect that. Probably gonna insert that clip right after this. So yeah. Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So, actually, you probably already heard me say that. So the intro you just saw was from Saturday. Today is now Monday. I'm going to be talking about both days of South Texas Comic Con, which I just attended this weekend. Yeah, it's a very, very chill Monday for me. Not much makeup on, just chilling, comfortable, wearing my Stronger Together Avengers Endgame shirt. It's got all the female characters from the movie. Nebula, Captain Marvel, Black Widow. I'm actually kind of cold today, or not like in here, I mean in this room. It's hot outside where I live. So I have my Marvel blanket, very fitting because Avengers Endgame premiered last weekend, or this past weekend. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to be kind of going over everything like I did a few months ago when I went to Alamo City Comic Con. So I'm going to talk first about cosplay. So for day one, this is the order I'm going to talk in. So cosplay, basically like my cosplay, and then I'm going to talk about some other cosplay that I saw that was pretty cool. Then I'm going to talk about the panels that I saw on day one. I'm going to kind of do a haul of what I got, you know, the comics I got and whatnot. And then I'm just going to close off with my overall comments. And day two will be in a part 2 of this video, which will be coming out tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Hopefully this will be up today, which is Monday. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So for cosplay, as you saw from that little clip of my intro that I filmed, well, you probably saw 2 clips actually, but that's besides the point. Anyway, the intro that I filmed, I was Spider-Gwen for day one. Now, I actually didn't expect so many people to be dressed as Spider-Gwen. Now, I'm not sure why I had that idea, considering Spider-Verse came out last year or whatever. But yeah, I thought it would be really original. I did see quite a bit of Spider-Gwens on both days, though. But I'm going to insert some pictures right now of my cosplay. Talk about how I put it together. So basically, this cosplay has to do with the cosplay that I had for day 2, which I planned that one out months in advance, and I won't spoil what it was. I'll let you see that in the day 2 video. But I had 3-day passes, and I bought these at least a month ago. I want to say it was several months ago. And my uncle, my awesome uncle, he went with me again this year to South Texas Comic Con. He went with me last year as well. And I didn't think he'd want to go both days, so even though I bought us 3-day passes, I was expecting to only go one day. And when I mentioned to him that we had 3-day passes, we both knew we wouldn't be able to go on Friday, but he was like, well, if we don't have anything else to do, like, why not? Let's go both days. So I was really excited about that, so really cool of him to go both days with me. But now, and this was about 2 weeks before the convention. So I was like, now I need some more cosplay. I have to cosplay as someone else for day 1 or day 2. I wasn't sure at this point which day I would need to find another cosplay for. And I, I'm a college student, so I didn't want to spend too much on it, but I'm also not at the stage yet where I kind of like DIY my cosplay or create my own cosplay from scratch. That's just not what I do. So I kind of started to look around. Oh my gosh, thank goodness the fan turned off. I was freezing, guys. Anyway, I started to look around online. I was texting my best friend, Ana Marcela, who you guys have seen on my channel. She was kind of helping throw some ideas out there for me, so that was super awesome of her as well. And I found a jacket, or like a hoodie, sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it, from Amazon that is it's the one that Spider-Gwen wears. Obviously hers is, I think, one whole piece, but it didn't have pants. It was just the top part with the hood, which I loved. So I purchased that, and then I was like, I want to be comfortable for the convention. Like, for me, I do love when cosplay is like just like what the character wears, but I also, when I'm wearing it, I want to be comfortable, especially if I'm going to be walking around a lot. So I took that into consideration, and I was like, I'll just pair it with leggings. It still goes with the character. So I did that. Then she obviously wears like these turquoise, kind of like bluish shoes, and I wasn't really sure what to do about that. I was actually just going to wear my Adidas Superstar tennies or whatever. And then I remembered my aunt has these like turquoise flat shoes, which are the ones I ended up wearing, and I borrowed them from her, so that was cool. But I still felt like the costume was just like lacking. Like, I just felt like, it's not wow enough. It doesn't like you can tell who I am, but it's not enough. So I went back onto Amazon, and I found this awesome Spider-Gwen mask, which to me made the whole costume. This is ultimately why I decided to wear it on day 1, which I knew I would be there longer on day 1, because, I don't know, I just loved the mask. Like, it made me feel so much more in character. Like, if you really read the comics and stuff, like, you see Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, most of the Spider-Verse characters, if they even have a mask, are always putting it on to, when they're changing their costume. I don't know, I just loved it so much. So that is what I did for cosplay. It was very much last minute, very much affordable, comfortable. It was really great. So some other cosplay that I saw that was really awesome, and I'll probably insert pictures right here, unless I insert a clip, but I probably will insert pictures right here. I saw a Thanos and Spider-Man. That one was really, really cool. I don't even think they were knew each other, but they posed for a picture, and I thought that was pretty cool. Not that Thanos or Spider-Man are super original cosplay, but I guess just the way they posed the photo, it was just really funny. And then I saw one Ursula, because Jodie Benson was there, who's the voice of the Little Mermaid, and I'll get into that when I talk about the panels. But as I was walking out of her panel, I saw just this really gorgeous, elaborate Ursula cosplay. So I really wanted to take a picture of her. I asked her, she let me take a picture of her. So I really did like that. That was really fun. I really admire anybody who paints themselves, whether you were Thanos, a Gamora, Ursula, any other character that requires painting, Hulk, She-Hulk, anything that requires painting. Like, wow, props to you, because I don't know that I could ever do that. It's just too time consuming, and imagine trying to get it off. But yeah, so that Ursula was really awesome. So there's that. Then next, I actually did not, so I saw this in person, but I didn't think to take a picture of it myself. So this picture is actually a screenshot from the South Texas Comic Con Facebook. But it is a Thanos and young Gamora, a really cool father-daughter costume. I kind of joked to my uncle, because he doesn't really like to dress up in costumes, so he wore his shirt that I got him for Avengers Endgame. I got shirts for Risa and my uncle and I, and anyway, this was mine, and he wore his shirt, and I started joking, like, oh, we should have dressed up as Thanos and young Gamora, and then also I joked that he's he was dressed as Uncle Ben since I was Gwen, even though Gwen doesn't have an Uncle Ben. But we're not going to get into that. Anyway, my point was, it was a really cute Thanos and young Gamora costume. They did participate in the cosplay contest. I don't think they won, but I could be wrong. I just thought that was really, really cute. I see a lot of parents who dress up their kids for Comic Con, but sometimes their costumes don't correlate, which is fine. Like, maybe they have different interests or they just want to do different things. But this one was really cute because it did go together. And then, Endgame just came out, so that was pretty cool. And then last but not least, there was another Gwen. And I'll show you her. She is either Leah or Leia. I'm sorry, I don't know how she pronounces her name, but I'm going to go with Leia. Leia Chu Cosplay. You can check out her info there. She's Leia Chu Cosplay on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to give her a follow, I'm sure she would appreciate that. Anyway, she was also dressed as Gwen. Obviously, hers is a little better than mine, but she is a cosplayer, and she probably planned hers much more ahead of time. But we did take a picture together, so that's there. I loved seeing Gwen's. I love, as you know, Gwen as a character. This is my cosplay as Gwen is probably something I'd like to bring back in the future for future conventions that I go to. Hopefully I am Gwen again sometime. I have the jacket or the hoodie now, and the mask. The mask is so much fun, guys. But yeah, I really did enjoy my cosplay this time around, honestly. I'd like to get like the gloves, and they have like web shooters, obviously fake, duh. I'd like to get that in the future if I do cosplay as Gwen again and whatnot. Oh, and the wig, because her wig was really awesome. So moving on, now I'm going to be talking about panels. So I'm going to be talking about the panels. So when we first got there, so the goal was to make it for Jodie Benson's panel at 1 p.m. Now, we were not expecting, I believe the convention opened at 11 or 12. We weren't expecting for so many people to be there around noon, but when we got there, the line was literally insane. I'll insert that here. I think I did take a picture, so anyway, the line was insane. We were probably waiting in line to get into the convention for a good 45 minutes. So for the future, I know people who had wristbands already, even if you pre-purchased your tickets but you didn't have your wristband yet, you had to wait in a line. People who already had their wristbands were able to just walk right in. So for the future, I know I had 3-day passes. Even if I wasn't going to go on Friday, I should have gone to at least pick up my wristband. That way, on Saturday, I would have gotten in much easier. But you live and you learn. So by the time we actually got into the convention, it was about 1:20, 1:30, give or take some time. Jodie Benson's panel had obviously started around 1, and once again, for those of you who don't know, Jodie Benson is the voice of the Little Mermaid, Barbie in the Toy Story movies, and Thumbelina, and a few others. She does a lot of voice acting. By the time we got there, she was kind of like answering her last few questions, even though the panels are supposed to last an hour, but some of them just don't last that long. Her microphone was very low, though. Like, we were fairly close. I mean, I'm not going to say we were super close to her, but they didn't have, like, her microphone very loud, so I didn't really get to hear many of the questions, especially because she only answered, like, 2 when I got there. But I did get to hear her sing.
Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here with me, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? Get 20 and what's that word again? Street, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wondering for me, wish I could be part of that world.
And that was incredible. She also did talk about how she was missing her daughter's prom, senior prom, for the convention. So I thought that was really awesome of her. I think a lot of other celebrities, and I'm not saying this is like they're like worse than her or anything like that. I'm just saying other celebrities might have canceled their appearances for something like that, and she didn't. So that was really awesome of her to be at the convention. And I did get to hear her sing at Alamo City Comic Con, but getting to hear her sing again was amazing. I mean, to hear her sing once is like a once in a lifetime thing. She's this Disney legend, literally, like that's what she was inducted as, a Disney legend. But to get her to hear her sing twice in person was really amazing. And just as last time, she did a great job. Like, she still sounds exactly the same as she did when she voiced Ariel. So I'm sorry if you keep hearing my house phone ring. That's really irritating. We don't even use that, but it's ringing a lot right now for some reason. Okay, so moving on to the second panel of the day. We went to 3 panels on Saturday, so this is the second one. But I'll get through these a little faster. So the second panel was William Shatner from Star Trek. Now, don't come at me in the comments, but I actually am not a huge Star Trek fan. We mostly went to this panel because my uncle's a big Star Trek fan. However, I am a huge Miss Congeniality fan, and it was kind of funny because on this was Saturday, and on Thursday, if you know the perfect date meme where you know, he's playing the host of the pageant, and he asked one of the contestants what would be the perfect date as her like on stage interview question, and she's like April 25th, because it's not too hot, it's not too cold, you only need a light sweater. And of course that's become like a running joke every year on that day. So anyway, they did not allow any photos or video during this panel, which was his own request. I've never really seen this at a convention before. Usually all the panels allow photos and videos, but you know, we need to respect people's privacy, so it was alright. And they did post some photos on the South Texas Comic Con Facebook page and Instagram page, so that's alright. He was very lengthy in his answers as he was answering questions, which I think is, like, some people might not like that, but I think it's actually pretty cool, because sometimes at these conventions during the panels, celebrities will kind of just, like, give very brief answers that don't even really answer the question, but these are really thought-out answers, I would say. Also, he didn't really, he did have an audience Q&A, but for the most part, these panels start, usually there's a moderator, and the moderator is asking questions, then they open it up for audience Q&A. But he kind of just came out onto the stage. There was really no moderator, and just started talking. Also, his flight got canceled. He was actually in Houston getting like a Man of the Year award from NASA, and his flight got canceled. So he literally drove from Houston to the convention, which is a good like 10-hour drive. So that's pretty awesome. And he was really funny. And the third panel of the day was not really a celebrity panel, but it was a panel about self-publishing comic books. I've recently become very interested in the production of comic books, the publishing process, writing process, all of that. As a writer, as a mass comm major, it all interests me. Plus, as you know, I love comics, reading them specifically. So we went to that, and it was actually the like one of the co-owners, and like I believe he's like the president, not sure his exact title, of Apogee Comics, which is like a local comic book publisher that's from like the same area as South Texas Comic Con was being held in McAllen. And he kind of just, there was a Q&A, and he talked about self-publishing and all of that, which I think is really cool. Maybe one day I'll write a comic book, and if I don't, I think I still liked hearing about self-publishing, because I would love to write an actual book as well one day. And that was just a really informative panel, really great. It was in a separate panel room, so Alamo City Comic Con a few months ago had 3 panel rooms. One was like the main one, and they had 2 smaller ones. This convention only had 1 main panel room, which is basically where all the celebrity guests were going to be, and then they had a smaller panel room, which was called the Sidekick panel room, and that is where they had, like, you know, these smaller kind of panels. So the only complaint I had in there is that the microphone was very low. It was starting to get kind of hard to hear, like, in there. Even though there was very few people, it was just getting really hard to hear. So that was my only complaint there, but the panel itself was very informative. Moving on, I'm kind of going to do a little haul of what I got, comics and whatnot. I will say in advance that they did not have many comic book vendors. Now, can you imagine that? A Comic Con without many comic vendors. That was insane to me. Literally insane. The only thing I can think of is that the big sponsor of the convention was a comic book store. So I don't know if they kind of had anything to do with not wanting comic vendors there. They mainly had collectibles and pops and, you know, apparel, all that kind of stuff, but not so much actual comics, which was a little disappointing for me because I love comic books. But I did manage to find one booth that had quite a bit of comics. I was going through them. They did have a lot of Silver Age, Gold Age comics, which can be a little pricier. So, so I didn't get that many. These were not pricey at all, but it's just what I found, what I wanted. So we've got a Spider-Woman. This is in issue number 36. This is just very classic. I love the artwork on here, and later on you'll understand a little bit more about why I chose these two. And then this is a number 26. Again, just beautiful artwork. I love these kind of older, like, style of artwork. You don't really see this anymore. Actually, they are bringing it back a little bit, Marvel especially, but you still don't see just like this classic art. And then I got a Spider-Man number 331, Amazing Spider-Man, and he's actually with the Punisher in this one. So that's what I got as far as comics, and that was the entire weekend. I only bought comics on day 1. I was a little disappointed in the lack of comic vendors, but, you know, it's just how it is. The other thing I got, and I was dressed as Gwen, so obviously I couldn't resist. I'll actually insert a picture I have where I kind of had her on my bed after the convention, and yeah. No, this is a Funko Pop brand Gwen plush, and I just had to. I was dressed as Gwen. I was in character. I got a little Groot for Risa because I love to bring, you know, little gifts for Risa. And last year I got her a little Rocket Raccoon, which is like her favorite character of Marvel, or at least of Guardians of the Galaxy. So this year I was getting her a Groot, and when I looked up, this was right in front of me, and I was like, need. I'm going to actually put her right here for the remainder of the video. Wait, you can't see her there. Here, I'll put her here. Maybe she's going to fall. Okay, well, I tried. Anyway, here, there, you can see her. So yeah, I did get that because, you know, it was so in character. I needed it. Yeah, and then actually, I did get 2 more things that I totally left them in my room, and I don't feel like stopping this and going to get it and find it, but I got just those little rubber bracelets. It was like $1, and it says South Texas Comic Con, or I think it actually says #STXCC. And that's just because last year at the convention I got one, so I love kind of collecting those rubber bracelets at different places. Not that I really wear them much, but just collecting them is fun, so I bought one of those. And then I also bought, they had like these, what would you call them? I guess like lanyards, and on the end they had like cards, and this particular one had just a beautiful one of Stan Lee, and they were honoring him, and in the back it had his characters. I'll try to insert a picture of those items if I remember to. And it was just really beautiful. They were actually really honoring Stan Lee a lot with the convention. Actually, their programs had Stan Lee and Spider-Man on them. These were free. It had the schedule and everything, and then the centerfold has this, which was beautiful. So I did get that as well. And then last but not least, the big sponsor of the convention was Kaboom Comics, and they have like a sister store by the same owner called Anime Boom. And so I had heard of them a while back, and they have Japanese snacks and candy there. I'm not too big into anime, sorry guys, but I did kind of want to try some snacks out. I'm saving these to try out with Risa on camera sometime very, very soon, hopefully. And by very, very soon, I mean I know it'll be filmed soon, but will it be like some of my videos that I actually filmed before this one that you probably haven't even seen yet? We don't know. Anyway, I got these Pocky sticks. These are cookies and cream. Risa tells me we've tried these. I don't think so. I remember trying the banana, the strawberry, the chocolate, like the matcha, a ton of flavors. I don't remember cookies and cream, but I guess we're trying them again if we have. Then I got these Hello Kitty chocolate marshmallows, and they're like marshmallows, but they have chocolate cream inside. These look so good. Risa and I love marshmallows and chocolate. And, I don't know, the Hello Kitty on it's really cute. And then last but not least, again, we love Kit Kats. So I got these Kit Kats, and they're raspberry almond, I believe. But yeah, you'll be seeing me try those out in a future video. So that is everything that I actually got at the convention. Yeah, I know, surprising, right? But, I don't know, I didn't find much comics, and, you know, it's just how it went. But I had so much fun, honestly, so I'm just going to kind of close this out with some overall comments, and before I do that, if I have any other pictures, I will insert them right now. So my overall comments of the convention. I'll start with the negatives and end with the positives, and I promise you there's more positives than negatives. So my negatives was just that in the panel rooms, all of them, but specifically the sidekick panel room, I would have really enjoyed it if the microphones had been louder. I think that's just something really important, a detail that they kind of need to work on in the future. My other negative was, of course, there was not as many comic book vendors as I would have liked. Actually, there was hardly any. Like I said, most of the vendors were either collectibles or pops or apparel or anything like that, aside from comics. So in the future, I would have liked for them to have more comics. And I think those are really my only negatives of the convention. I guess another thing I would say is traffic flow. Getting into the actual convention center where they were holding the convention would just be like, if they could speed up that process. Obviously, I know they can't control how many people are there or if everyone arrives around the same time or the lines, but if they could just speed up everybody getting into the convention, that would have been nice as well. And then positives. I do have a lot of positives. I really, really did enjoy the convention. It was lots of fun. I think they had some great guests, and I also think that they had something for everyone. So they had the celebrity guests, they had all the vendors, which most cons have both of those, but they had wrestlers as well, which I think not every con has, so it was kind of cool that they had wrestlers if you're more into wrestlers or stuff like that. They had the video game tournaments, they had like a kids corner where they were kind of showing how to draw comic book characters and stuff like that. They had the sidekick panel room where if you're more interested in the production of comics and stuff like that, they had some panels related to that. They just had so much for everyone. I also like that it was very family friendly. Of course, there's some cosplay that maybe is not appropriate for small children, but aside from that, I think the environment as a whole was very appropriate for anybody in the family. And overall, I just think it was a great convention. I had a lot of fun. Please stay tuned for day 2. Tomorrow I will upload my whole review of day 2. It'll probably be shorter, and you'll understand why tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. Comment emojis of your reaction to Endgame. But please, 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 no spoilers. We're not about that on this channel. I'll put mine in the description box below also. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.